a little misstep there. So looks like we've got a start here. We've got a Death Mountain / Grave area start.
Yep, and with these flag sets, we're always going to be starting on the wooden sword screen, quote unquote, that just gives a candle, as we are swordless.
Right, given all the start screens that you can have, this one actually is not too bad, as we find level 5 right off the bat in the Armos spots. Alsoa choosing to dip out early and come back to it later, probably going to prioritize those Armos spots to get a free item, whereas Truant is going to take a little dip in, and he's probably going to dip out again as well.
Yep, and we do see our Armos item right there by the lake. It's the silver arrows, a very nice find early on. Doesn't help right now, but it's going to really help exploration later, and potentially if they find that bow, they got themselves a great weapon to start.
Absolutely. One purchase that you see a lot more in swordless flags than you do in sworded flags are arrows, so that you have a mode of offense that's repeatable. With those silver arrows, not only would you have them right away, but you can save the money on a potential arrow.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, TruantGamer deciding to go through the grave here may not be as comfortable with screen scrolling, or may just want to check the grave and up an A. Never mind, he's proving me wrong here. But yeah, you saw Alsoa kind of starting to prioritize those Armos early on. That is a pretty important, I think, in this flag set, as we do see Alsoa finding level 8 at the level 3 spot, I believe, vanilla level 3.
That is correct, and level 8 is always a good one to find early because it's one of the bigger dungeons. It's not the biggest, but it does have 2 items, and it tends to be pretty open, pretty easy to navigate in most cases. So it's usually pretty high on the priority list for runners.
Yeah, it's not a bad find, and we also are seeing that we are on helpful hints, as we always are with these flag sets right now. And we saw that the Gliok lurks on Death Mountain, so level 4 is going to be up on Death Mountain somewhere, as we find the first and only transport staircase here in level 8. So if Alsoa sees any more staircases, he knows that both of those items are going to be in there.
Always nice to get that off the table. That way, when you know, or when you see a staircase, you know it's going to be something that you want. As he finds the heart container in level 8. Those first couple heart containers are really, really nice to find, as he finds the Triforce in level 8 as well, because the white sword item in these flags is always going to give you a bomb upgrade, which gives you 2 extra bomb capacity, but also is going to refill your bombs to max, which would give you 10 bombs at that point.
And indeed, in a very quick Triforce, without bombs or another weapon, mainly bombs, he's going to have to leave level 8 here, really not by choice, just by design. We'll see if he decides to come back there having the Triforce, if he decides to kind of forego it for a little bit. This could be more of a pivotal point, as Truant is not going towards level 8 area, so he may be in level 8 with bombs and a proper weapon, and if level 8 stores the bow or something, could get interesting.
Definitely. And another tough thing about that level 8 at this point in the seed is the fact that the enemy set was not great for swordless either when you're ill-equipped, as it had Dark Nuts, and you saw a Goma in there as well. Probably best to come back.
Yeah, Truant unfortunately taking his second or so overworld death, and that's just little bits of bleeding time here, not something that you want to see. As you mentioned, though, with that start location, it's not a terrible walk back for sure, but still, it's probably going to set him back about a minute here.
Yeah, overworld deaths, depending on your start location, can be more or less costly, as Alsoa unfortunately finds a door repair penalty at the vanilla magical sword location of the grave. With this start location, they're not near as costly as they would be if you, for instance, got a start location on top of the waterfall.
Yep, and Truant does find a bomb shop and the meat shop. They're just south of where the Armos item was. So he's going to have his bombs, and if he finds level 8, might decide to bomb around a little bit. This could be a big swing. You never...
Right, and that's a really valuable bomb shop to find. It's about vanilla bomb prices, so not great there, but it's definitely a good location to have that bomb shop right below.
Yep, and with the Armos item in hand, Alsoa is going to go inside of level 5, and he also has a key, and there's a free Triforce again, so he's just going to take this because he has no bomb.
Two Triforces in 5 minutes for Alsoa, setting a blistering Triforce pace, but I highly doubt that pace keeps up here.
Yeah.
As we keep up through this.
And sometimes it's a little scary to get such quick Triforces. It could really work out in your favor, or it could really not, depending on, like I said, I keep coming back to this, but sometimes you don't want to go back to dungeons that you already have the Triforce in when you have other dungeons to explore. And that could be the turn here. Truant is in level 8, and we may see more of it, depending on his pathing.
All right, we'll see what he decides as Alsoa finds that same bomb shop that Truant just found, and we'll see if he goes back to level 8. He's headed that direction.
He is headed that direction. That's I can't fault either play, to be honest. If you would go searching for other dungeons like level 1 or go back into 8, which you've already cleared, because this could be a complete bust or the perfect play that he needs to do.
Oh, definitely. They're both in different areas of the dungeon, and ooh, there's a tea room with a ladder box.
That was a nice use of his first bomb.
Yeah, so that's a completely wasted bomb, as we know that room is a dead end. You are forced to take the corridor staircase at this point. Looks like he's probably trying to build up a 10 count here to force another bomb drop.
Yep, he's definitely doing that, going back in here. There it is.
Yeah,
Truant. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, whenever you see rooms with multiple Zals like that, it's a really good room to build up your count, because you can get anywhere from 2 to 6 global or consecutive count for your 10 for your bomb in a room like that in one candle.
Yeah, it's interesting that Alsoa is dipping back out, as he does find level 7, though, in the southwest corner. Oh, no.
Truant unfortunately miscounts in level 8. Was expecting a bomb drop there, I'm sure, but he must have had one too many on the count there. Only gets a 5.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see. He does have money to buy a bomb pack if he wants to, but he's going to go back in with 2 and explore a bit more of this 8. Alsoa's in 7, finding the transport staircase, unfortunately.
And that's a level 7 location that might, in Swordless especially, sometimes you don't find right away. It's the bomb spot in the far southwest, and because it's so out of the way and it's one bomb spot, a lot of times you'll go there before you have any bombs and forget to go back. So that's a really good find for him. We'll see if it pays off.
Yeah, Truant might actually do the same thing. Well, now he won't, because he doesn't have any bombs. I don't know if he might buy a pack and then go back down that way, but he doesn't really want to go down in that area without at least one bomb.
Yeah, that's the tough part about routing the Dead Woods. You really want to have a bomb before you go down there. It looks like he does have enough rupees, though, for a 4-pack from that shop he found earlier.
Yep. And he might be making his way back right down to the south. I don't know if he's going to go back into 8. He's going back into 8.
Hey, it's a dungeon. You know where it is. You know that there are 2 items sitting in there, and you've already found both the corridor staircases. I can't say that I blame him here.
No, not at all.
It could be a big disappointment, but it could have the wand. You know?
Meanwhile, what do you think about this play of Alsoa in 7 so early?
It's definitely a risk. It's a gamble. Committing that much time to level 7 this early with the level of offense that he has. But again, if he finds the wand in here, he's going to know pretty much for a fact that he has a big advantage. Unless, Truant decides to do the exact same thing. The only thing is not many runners are going to do that.
And Truant, unfortunately, misplacing some of the bombs and the darkness turning a bit badly on him, uses up his last bombs, and gets stuck. So he's going to have to leave and does not have any more bombs anymore. So he's just going to have to go find some other levels.
Yeah, that's rough, and that's what makes Swordless so difficult. Is one misplaced bomb can really just halt your progress for up to 5-10 minutes when you would be making strides through dungeons. You're out farming resources.
Yeah, bomb management and bomb placement are key.
And there's
also it does find another free Triforce.
Yeah, this Triforce is being very generous, and that is not what he wanted to see, getting shuttered into a room full of keys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the blue candle, he was not going to be able to clear that room, barring an absolute miracle.
Let's see if he decides to use his one key up. I don't think he will. I think he just was checking a few more rooms if he could get a few free looks, but he's just going to take that Triforce and run. He's already up to 3 Triforces, but like you said, 3 Triforces with 0 items out of those levels may not amount to much.
Yeah, and as we speak about that, Truant finds level 9 northeast of the Vanilla Wood Sword screen.
Interesting.
That's something we'll need. He's obviously hoping for dungeons where he can find items, but Alsoa now is guaranteed his White Sword bomb upgrade if he finds it with that 6th heart.
Oh, baby, did you just see that large secret?
50-something rupees. I caught it at the very end. Yikes.
54 rupees for the large secret is not great. The bombs are, they're not terribly expensive, but you definitely want more money for hints because we are on helpful hints. Those can be very helpful. But with 54 rupees, that is not, may not be as easily obtained those hints. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
so far they're not really near the starting location either, so the up and A trick might cost you a lot of money, or a lot of time, excuse me.
Yeah, and that's got to be troubling for Truant to find because he's already committed 40 rupees to bombs that he really hasn't gotten much of a return off of.
Yeah. Speaking of,
he gets the hint shop there, and Vanilla level 1 gets Sail Not to Save the Princess, so we know the raft is not.
Yeah, not the best hint that you want. You definitely want to see, hey, tell me where that bow is. Hey, tell me where that wand is. Let me be searching the right dungeon here. But if you see a raft, you don't really need.
Yeah, I'm definitely when I'm doing these seeds, I'm definitely looking for wand in level 7 or level 6, something like that. In a dungeon where my opponent is not necessarily likely to dig, that always lets me know that if I've bought that hint and he or she hasn't, then I've got a pretty big advantage.
Yep, and we do get location of the White Sword bomb upgrade. It's in the Lost Hills, so TruantGamer will find that hopefully sooner than later, depending upon if it's underneath the push block or not. But without any bombs, he might not find it, and he only has 4 hearts. He might not be able to get it.
Yeah, that's something that I would be looking for those heart containers, because he needs bombs right now. He needs to fill up that bomb stockpile so he can start making some progress through some dungeons. And we have Alsoa making the play to Death Mountain right now, which is interesting. That's another kind of gamble in these seeds. Usually, runners don't go to Death Mountain right away.
Yeah, he's just bombing that one spot as he was moving along.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that would be a ballsy play with only 4 bombs. But he has some rupees here, and he's maybe going to find that hint shop, and we'll see if he buys other hints that TruantGamer did.
Right, and TruantGamer does finally get a 4-pack there off of one of those gorillas south of start. So we'll see if he goes back into level 8 once more. It looks like he's taking the any roads as Alsoa finds the hint shop and gets his Sail Not.
Same hint, because that's all they could buy. But yeah, you probably want to buy those as much as possible. Just get whatever information you can.
Yeah,
But he does retry.
Yeah, hints in these seeds are more valuable, in my opinion, the earlier you get them, because it takes so much longer to dig dungeons early when you don't really have any offense than later in the seed when you've accumulated some means of clearing out dungeons a little bit faster than you can with just the blue candle and whatever bombs you can.
Yeah. But with the retry, Alsoa's going to go back in with more money and purchase more hints. This is not a terrible location for the hint shop, just a few screens. And he has enough money, I think, to just buy one at a time here.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll see. He's getting the more expensive one. Gliok returns with the recorder. So not necessarily what he wanted to see, but at least he knows one of those items that's in level 8, as Truant takes another unfortunate overworld death there. Gria's on the overworld is nasty.
Yeah, your movement's got to be on point. But that hint is actually pretty good. I think it's going to lead Alsoa away from level 8 now. I'd be very shocked if he went back to level 8 before searching out more dungeons.
Yeah, and we've got Truant in the meantime back in level 5. We'll see what he's able to get out of here.
Yeah, he does have a bomb. Let's see if he decides to use it or just get the Triforce and bail like Alsoa did. He's going to pick up the Triforce right now. Let's see if he goes back in or not. Meanwhile, Alsoa's going for that third hint. Please, cross your fingers for step over the water. All right.
Not a bad hint. He knows he doesn't have to go back to 7 now. A lot more comfortable with that decision to grab the Triforce and bail.
Yeah. Those are not bad hints this early. Your two biggest dungeons, you pretty much don't have to go back into. I mean, we still have a second item in 8, but odds are that your wand or your red candle or your bow is going to be... one of those is... Two of those are obviously going to be somewhere else, but... those are going to be easier to obtain, hopefully. And, Truant takes a death, and Alsoa's in 4 on Death Mountain. A good play to do Death Mountain early. Let's see.
And luckily, Truant had saved right before he took that death, so that bomb that he tried to use right before dying is going to go back into his inventory.
Nice.
As Alsoa finds a key in level 4. Early keys are also a good thing to find, because you don't really have a means of combat to get easy keys, so anytime you see him laying on the floor, it's always nice. Yeah.
And thinking about it, Alsoa did get the hint that level 4 was up here, so he knew what he was looking for.
A possible item room here in level 4 for Alsoa.
Yeah, Zarian's right in chat. That Moldorm was a little odd looking. It was strange. Some of the ends weren't following each other. I think that's just some quirk with the randomizer.
And no such luck for Alsoa there in that double block room for 4. That room tends to not be an item room in level 4 more often than not. From what I've seen, it's possible, but in level 4, in my experience, it's a lot more likely to be a diamond staircase or some other form of push block.
Yeah, we do see the bomb upgrade at 91. Not a bad price, but I'm not sure if they're going to use that with the big secret only being 54.
Yeah, money is so rough so far in the seed.
Nice forced bomb there from Alsoa. He kept track of his count. Ooh.
Yeah, that's rough. Those Zals, if you don't get them up against the wall, but I think that should be the only one that he is going to have respawn.
Yeah, this should be fine if he gets it against the wall now. That's not the way to do it, though.
Got to be patient with those Zals there, with candle strats anyway.
And the Triforce. Yeah, he's just going to leave that.
Triforces.
Yeah, he's just going to leave that because that's the only Zol that's going to come back. He might pick it up right here, though. I don't know if he's going to keep digging this level 4 with only 2 bombs.
And TruantGamer continues to work his way throughout the southeast of the world, and we have a level 3 sighting on the coast.
Okay. And it's infested with wizrobes.
Of course. Just Truant's luck so far this seed. So Alsoa is going back into this level 4, and I like this play at this point. You've got some free rooms that you haven't seen yet, and that's
hi.
why you got a diamond staircase right.
That's nice.
That is a big find, and we're about to find out what that's going to net him here in just a moment, because Truant is leaving that level 3, and he's going to be seeing what that ladder item is momentarily, unless he dies here. Okay.
And you know that Alsoa is beelining it to that coast.
Oh, definitely. I'm a little surprised that he is not just going down and world wrapping, unless he's got some other plan.
And Truant's just going to refill his health back in level 3.
The heads-up play, especially you've lost a little time to some overworld deaths so far. Take your health refill. Make sure that you don't get sent back to start this far away from start.
I know. Soa's going to be careful. He might dip down into this ferry over here if he can make it.
Yeah, I like that play as well. This overworld is not the easiest to traverse, especially those gorillas. They're, in my opinion, the least predictable enemy in the game, the blue ones especially. So to have them on the overworld can really, really be difficult.
Oh, I think they're the most predictable. I think it's just they always are going to hit you at the most inopportune time.
If you look at it that way, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you think you're going to do, they're going to do something that you probably aren't thinking of. And here we go. Oh, baby.
That is going to be big for also a red candle on the coast. That is going to be a repeatable form of damage. That's one of the two items that you really want to find early in the seed, the other being the wand. But that's a nice little substitute there for the wand, a nice little consolation prize.
Yeah, that's going to get him to be digging more dungeons very shortly. He's got to find more dungeons. I don't mind this play either. He's clearing out the forest while he's here. Just kind of sweep through and do some overworld checking as you're making your way over to the coast item. Meanwhile, TruantGamer has found the second hint shop in the forest.
There was a really cheap hint there, 13 rupees. Truant didn't pick it up. We'll see if he picks it up on the way back.
Yeah, I'd probably pick that up right now. That small one.
Yeah, definitely. At that price. It looks like he's going to forego it.
Okay. And yeah, Alsoa does find level 3, but yeah, he's rightfully getting out of there, going to that coast item.
Yeah, he'll be going right back there. I'm almost positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't think otherwise.
As he finds the letter on the coast.
Maybe what Truant found that letter as well, and maybe what Truant is thinking is that he's saving his money for a potion. He's taken a lot of deaths, and he might be valuing the potion this early rather than the hint.
It's very possible. And I don't know if we've seen the small secret yet. That's the first one I've seen, but 9 rupees not helping.
Yeah, everything's 32, 9, and 54. Not very good. But here comes the red candle, and now we're off to the races with some more dungeon exploration. However, I believe level 3 had wizrobes, right? So we'll see how useful that is in this dungeon at least, and how long Alsoa might be in here. He does have 3 bombs.
Yeah, and luckily, the room just north of start, I want to say, in level 3, was full of red wizrobes. So you can kind of manipulate that to force bombs if you're crafty enough. So we'll see what Alsoa decides to do.
If you stand, well, you can probably stand in the doorway right there, a little bit sticking out, and those red Wizrobes will line up right in front of you. Their spawning patterns have to be on either in front, directly in front, or 90 degrees from you. That's the way the game forces it, and so we'll see if he can use that to his advantage. He's gonna skip out on the room for now. Can't blame him.
Trying to set up the Kanana key here. Can't get the keys to cooperate, so he'll probably go back to that room.
Okay. Raynu in chat asked, where were the silver arrows located? They were our Armos item. Nice Kanana key.
Yeah, the traps in that room make it hard, but he pulled that off seamlessly, so great job there. As Truant continues to dig the lost.
Alright, we got the heart container in level 3. That puts him up to 8 hearts already. And Alsoa's going to try another Kanana key here.
I mean, if the game's giving them to you,
yeah,
might as well.
Let's see if it can pull it off. Gotta get that keys to come over here. Come on.
Oh, and TruantGamer finds that bomb upgrade that we knew was in the Lost Hills. That should help get him started here. Gotta take advantage of it now, though.
Nice. Good job from Alsoa there. Gets to explore a little bit more of 3. And you notice he's going back through the door that he just came. That's to make sure that that door remains unlocked and he doesn't have to either do a Kanana key or use a key if he ever picks one up.
Yeah, it's a nice little glitch in the game that that you can really exploit if you don't have any keys. And he could technically do it in this room, but that's not really a room you want to mess with Kanana key.
No, he was just trying to get through. He's looking for an item. He's looking for an item room, and yeah, he's just gonna up an A out of that one.
Yeah, but
right. Each of those rooms that he went through, those blue whizzies, are not required, so that's good.
Yeah, that's definitely a weight off your shoulders when you pick up that compass and you see it's not in one of those rooms infested with blue Wizrobes that you just went through.
And here's our item room.
We have the power bracelet in level 3. Not the worst find. You haven't found all the dungeons yet. It's going to allow you to check those power bracelet spots before doing that long, arduous dig of Death Mountain.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any hints about the power bracelet spots, but you're definitely going to pick that up.
And in the meantime, we have Truant in level 1 here.
Oh, wow. So this must have been up in the Lost Hills. So Alsoa's pretty nearby, as he probably will make his way up through the forest just like Truant did. So Alsoa will find that level and be a bit better armed to deal with it. Let's see what, maybe we can find out what level 1 holds.
Yeah, Truant, to get anything going really in this dungeon, he's having to leave the room and go back in as he finds the book guarded by a forced left side entrance with blue landmolas. That's just about the worst when you don't have red.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of flag sets with the book being very useful, either to find out shapes dungeons, how they're shaped out, helpful hints to understand the old men. But in this flag set, the book is useless.
Yeah, so level 1 was at the Lost Hills Armos spot, and unfortunately Alsoa used his only key to go north and see 2 blue landmolas and another key door right after it, so he is forced to leave that dungeon unless he wants to make a big bomb commitment to maybe get something out of that blue landmola room.
Yeah, you're talking Truant, right?
Truant.
Okay. Yeah, Alsoa has quite a bit of money, and Dodongo dwells with the bow. That's that hint that TruantGamer did not get.
Ooh, that hurts. That hurts real bad. 13 rupees to tell you where the bow is. We see a feat of strength is required to get the bow as well, so that tells us that level 2 is power bracelet blocked.
And
that was a massive hint shot.
Yeah, that's really big. When you already have the silvers in hand, and you have a weapon that can get through most anything in the game, and you have the thing that's blocking the bow, you're gonna go get that bow. I would. I don't know. I don't even know if Alsoa, when he finds level 1, if he finds level 1, if he's gonna do that first or just go to level 2 and get your really strong repeatable item.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, you've got level 1 on one hand, and the enemy set was not that bad, especially with Red Candle. He's going to be able to take down those land molas pretty easily using doorway strats, but we'll see what he decides.
Yeah, either play is going to be, I think, okay.
Yeah, I don't think one is just massively ahead of the other one in terms of which one is the quote unquote right.
Yeah, and look at this. Truant's going right back for the hint, so not too far apart. He'll know where that bow is. He needs to get back into level 3 in order to get it.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing, because he left level 3 when he saw all those whiz robes. Mm-hmm. And he retried. Did he?
And he's saving his money.
Okay. How long has it been since he saved, though, I wonder?
It's been a while, but he didn't really get anything out of level 3 or level 1 when he was in there, so...
Yeah, I guess he still does have the bomb upgrade, so he must have saved relatively recently. You scared me there for a second. I thought it had been longer since he had saved.
Alright. Alsoa is inside of level 1 here, and deciding to look around. Again, not a bad play at all when you are having these types of enemies. Heart Container.
He's got a chance at the magical sword bomb upgrade if he comes across it. And so he's in territory in level 1 that Truant did not see. The southern.
Yeah, and he's got that ladder, so he can trek a little bit more south.
Yeah, so it's a good thing that Truant did not commit the resources to come down here, because he would have just had to turn back anyway.
Hey, thanks, old man. Jeez.
So we've got Truant in level 4. That's good for Truant. He's about to find this ladder here, so he'll make a beeline to the coast to get that red can.
That's actually really fortunate. I was wondering how long he was going to take to go up to Death Mountain and get that ladder, because our bow could, our wand could be inside of level 9. We are having important items on in level 9. We already have the ladder. We know where the bow is. But that wand is still out there. And we get a map. In case you didn't know, it was level 1.
And at some point, Alsoa found that compass, which tells us that, of course, the Triforce is in that blue Lanmola room.
Wow.
That Truant dipped out of. Luckily, it's not the room, the one where you have to enter it from the left side and you get shuttered in. Well, I don't think he actually got shuttered in, but it is a left side entrance. Oh, you do?
Oh, there's that book.
That's the worst.
He is through with half a heart. Let's see what's up here in the wing. And it is the item.
Oh my.
Can he get through? Yes, he can. And a raft, which we know we don't need.
So pretty efficient clear of level 1 for Alsoa. Gets what he needs as far as knowledge goes out of this dungeon pretty quick. Gonna grab this Triforce and then I assume go look for level 2.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't die.
Oh my.
Close there. Wouldn't have been
Full
a
clench.
Massively costly death, but he does pick up his Triforce. So Truant predictably heading right down to the world wrap spot. He's going to world wrap over to grab his red candle. He's going to kick it into high gear here, though. The Triforce lead for Alsoa is starting to look a little troubling. It's not that big of an issue toward the beginning of the seed when you're still looking for offense and you're just kind of finding them off the floor for free. But at this point, Alsoa is starting to put most of the connections together here.
Yeah, and the biggest thing about that is most of the dungeons he's cleared, he's found the item out of, and so it's not looking likely that he's going to have to double dip.
Right, and if not, he's found the hint for the item, so he knows he doesn't have to go back for it, as is the case with level 7.
So yeah, something that could come up here, because the wand is required to beat Ganon, and Ganon is required. We know where the bow is, and he has the silvers. If we don't find the wand in 2 or 6, do you go to 9 and bank on the wand in 9, or do you start digging a few other dungeons before you go into 9 and kind of limit your odds?
If I'm Alsoa, yes, definitely. If I'm Truant, it's a little tougher of a call. I think at this point, Truant needs to hope that level 8 has the wand, and he needs to go there and get it, because I don't think Alsoa is going back to 8. I think he's getting these last 2 Triforces. He may find the item in 6, he may not. He'll probably go to 9.
And Thunderwolf, we have not found level 6 yet, as far as I know.
And there is Alsoa's White Sword bomb upgrade. As Truant is back in level 3, we know this is where he needs to be, and he's in the right part of the dungeon, so he's about to find his power bracelet and his Triforce here.
Yep, here comes the power bracelet, and he's got the compass, so he's going to be good on most of the knowledge that Alsoa has had for just a few minutes long. So he knows to find level 2 as well.
Right, and if you're Truant, you're not out of this yet. Free Triforce pretty much in level 7. There's a pretty easy Triforce in level 4. He's about to get his Triforce out of 3. He knows where 1 is and pretty much where the Triforce has got to be. So this is not over, but also it does have a pretty decent.
Yeah, I think anything is still on the table if we have not found the wand or any other necessary item. They could be anywhere.
And you see Truant going right for the power bracelet spot east of the vanilla start screen.
Yep, but Alsoa's finding it. Truant is looking for that as well. He will find it shortly, I would think. He's going to check this one. Truant's going to check this one just north of him. And a friendly enemy set for the red candle in here. That's nice.
Yeah, red candle does pretty well against Lionels. You can pretty much stun them next to a wall with that and keep them trapped there until they're...
Unless they're being jerks like this.
Right. And the nice thing about the blues is they're bomb droppers.
Someone was asking in the chat, was the item in 5 discovered? Negative. So yeah, we know the item in 7 from a hint. We know one of the items in 8 from a hint. We do not know the item in 5. We know the item in 2. We've seen the items in 3, 4, and 1.
And here's another early free Triforce in level 2 for Alsoa.
Free Force.
Triforces have just been so free this.
Yeah. I don't think there was one combat room, and that was in level 4, and that was what, the Zols. So
and level 1. Level 1 had the
yeah, that's true.
It's so close to start, it's not that big of a deal.
So yeah, Alsoa is obviously jumping right back into 2, and Trent's in 1 now, armed with his red candle. This is not a nice room.
Yeah, that's kind of a troll room. Literally impossible for Alsoa to clear there, so he just has to up A, lose that entire refill he just got from his Triforce grab, and you're actually forced through that nasty Triforce room that he was trying to avoid.
Nice.
Now, Truant going to the south of level 1, we know this is not where he needs to be, as Alsoa is going to make another run at this Triforce room.
Yeah, he's got bombs now, so he knows I'm just going to place the and at least get the Lionels out of the way, the things that are firing at me.
Yeah, not a bad play there. That's always a nice find, especially in level 2. Little free bomb pack there.
Oh no!
Ooh, no, costly death. He's gonna have to do. Actually, that Triforce room had bubbles, so he won't have to do the combat in there.
Yeah, that was a nice gift from the game.
And the one thing that's actually more helpful than it is harmful in Swordless are bubbles, because they literally give you free iframes, and you can abuse that to avoid enemies or to avoid other types of.
Yeah. Oh, a nice fairy.
Oh, definitely. And also, if he wants to clear that room, he's going to have to hope that Pole's voice despawns when he leaves the room.
It does.
Yeah, that would add a new layer if that room was blocking the bow, and it was not. The Pole's voice was the one that was the highest priority.
Yeah, indeed. Would have had to have the wand before coming back. But as it stands, we are making our way through.
And Truant finally is on the right path to the item in level 1. Probably going to be disappointed, but at least he'll have the knowledge and he'll be out and on to greener pasture.
He's going to pick this up. Did he get the hint? I thought he bought those hints near start. Maybe he didn't buy all of them.
He did.
In the vanilla level 1.
He did get Sail Not. I don't know if he got the one about the raft. He might have forgotten.
Well, that's Sail Not.
Oh, I meant like if there was a one about the raft being in level 1.
I know, but I'm just curious if he actually picked up the raft.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. There wasn't one that said it was in here. The Potato King, yes, we have found level 9. We are still missing level 6, I believe, is the only dungeon we're missing. Still have a bit of Death Mountain to explore, and a recorder spot.
Truant taking this room very safe here. Does not want to lose his progress on these land molds.
Hey, thanks, game.
Useless hint there. We already know where level 5 is. It would have been a lot nicer if he told us what was in level 5.
Mm-hmm.
Truant will pick up his Triforce out of level 1. That's 4 for Truant. Needs to get into level 2 and find this bow. Either that, or he needs to find the wand in a level that Alsoa is not going to go back to.
And this bow seems deep in level 2 here.
And maybe Truant did forget that he got that hint, because he is checking the coast spot.
That was the 13 rupee hint, so yeah, I think he just forgot. I saw him go back for the hints, and I would say he should have gotten that 13 rupee. But he's gonna find level 2 right here, and definitely stick around like Alsoa is.
Yeah, this is a deep dive for this bow.
There it is.
Second to last room in the dungeon, so Truant might be in here for a while. Ooh, and unfortunately takes a death, as also is moving on, looking for the last dungeon that he needs, level 6.
Yep, and he's done quite a bit of exploration. So I think with his 7 bombs, he's going to go do the last part of Death Mountain that he didn't do beyond level 4. No, he's going into level 5. Interesting.
Yeah, he wants to know what the item is in here. Okay. He's probably feeling pretty good about his standing so far. Wants to make sure he doesn't leave a wand behind.
Yeah, and especially something that's so close to start that if the wand is in here, he might, even though he's way ahead right now, he might start getting really nervous that the wand was right at start and he was bypassing it the entire time.
Right. That could also come into play. That's a good point. So Truant, making his way through this slog of a level 2 here. As Alsoa finds a reverse C, a possible item room here in level 5.
There's a stair. Womp womp.
Now, of course, it's the corridor staircase first, and one thing that could also come into play is Alsoa is almost assuredly going to dig Death Mountain after this for level 6. One thing that could still get in his way is if level 6 is at Recorder Lake. That means he has to go dig level 8 for Recorder, which would give Truant a little bit more time to try and get back in this.
Yeah, but I don't see Truant going back into level 8 before kind of exhausting other options.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely take a pretty big comeback at this point.
Well, like we said, we have not found the wand, and that's basically going to be, I think, whoever finds the wand first might pull this out, even with Truant being down a bit of Triforces. If the wand ends up being maybe in level 9 and Truant just finds it quicker, level 9 can take a long time if you take the wrong turn.
So Truant making, it looks like a little bit better time here in level 2 than Alsoa did. He worked his way down to the south part of this dungeon pretty quickly. Hasn't taken quite as many deaths in here, so he's making up a little bit of time.
Yeah, and he didn't pick up the Triforce, but he did clear the room. So that room will stay clear as long as he doesn't leave level 2.
Also with a nice ladder clip there to get across the T room and pick up the Triforce. He's making short work of level 5. He's cleared this very quickly, and there is another corridor staircase, or another staircase here. Let's see if it's the other half, and it's not. It's a heart container.
Okay. Well, he earned it. He's going to take it and head up towards the other parts of Death Mountain, try to find level 6.
Yeah, that's about as disappointing of a thing as you can find in that dungeon, but
yeah.
But no harm there. Right, he knows that he hasn't left anything crucial behind at this point, so.
What he did leave behind was a bunch of bombs, though, in level 5, so he's only got one more bomb. He needs to either get a count going. Well, yeah, he's going to try to get a count going, I think. Maybe.
Just barely scoots by that P hat there.
Yeah, unfortunately, he uses his last bomb here, so he's gonna have to find some bomb dropping enemies or go find a bomb shop somewhere.
Yeah, that's gonna cost a little time there. Ooh, and unfortunately, it clears that room, or that screen. He could have manipulated the spawns on that screen and respawn that blue.
Yeah. I think he was just, this is a kill everything and hope for the best. I mean, he knows where a bunch of bomb shops are. He's got tons of money.
Right. Yeah, and at this point, that's probably the sensible play.
Yeah, I don't know how... I've played enough randomizers that the bombs never drop when you want them to, if you're trying to get lucky bombs. And I'd rather take the 25 seconds or whatever it takes to go and get the actual bombs than waste 2 minutes trying to get them, you know, the other way.
Right, and just getting terrible luck there. None from the red gorillas. Doesn't even bother shooting those other red gorillas. He might when he leaves the cave there. No, he's just gonna buy. I don't blame him with as many rupees as he has.
Yeah.
And TruantGamer did find his bow. He's going back in for his Triforce. That'll give him 5. And Alsoa is going back into 8.
Interesting play here. I mean, he has 2 more spots roughly in the overall. Did he do Upper Death Mountain near Spectacle Rock?
I don't think he did East Death Mountain. I'm almost positive. The one time I thought he was going up there was the time that he just bombed the spot while he was going by.
Yeah, so he's got 3 spots up there and 2 spots in West Death Mountain. That's only 5, and he knows that the recorder's in here, and another item as well.
Yeah, so I mean, if he's feeling good, yep, there's the recorder, and if he's feeling good about his progress, if he feels like he has a lead, this play makes sense. So if you feel like you're behind, you probably just go to 9, or if you're relatively even. So he's probably feeling pretty good about where he's at right now.
Yeah, Truant is up in the part of Death Mountain that Alsoa was just in, but he's got significantly more bombs to check, and if level 6 is up here and has the wand, this could get interesting. Another thing to note, though, is we're running out of overworld spots, but TruantGamer didn't have a bomb early, and has not gone down to where level 7 was, and oh my lord.
So, Alsoa with the right play, finding the wand as the second item out of level 8, just had a nose for it. That's all you can say. He makes the right play, and he's going to be heading into level 6. And it looks like, unless it's this last spot in Death Mountain, it might actually be recorded.
Well, we still haven't checked East Death Mountain.
Yes, you're right.
But yeah, that was what a play by Alsoa there. And yeah, we're still in the overworld, so it's got to be one of these Death Mountain spots. But what I was saying is that TruantGamer hasn't gone back down to where level 7 is, because it's only 2 spots tucked away, as you mentioned, and he didn't have bombs early on. So he's probably going to check all of this rest of Death Mountain and probably most of the rest of the overworld before he goes back down to find level 7. And if he goes into 7 before... Well, yeah, I think he's bought the hint. I think he has the hint to know that 7 holds the boomerang. I think. Yeah. I think that was a hint at the shop, right? Not in a dungeon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, and I'm pretty sure he has it.
Okay.
And also, of course, gets his magical sword bomb upgrade. That's, I think, the first one I've seen picked up in these in this tournament so far. But
yeah, I haven't seen that.
So Truant's going to pick up his Triforce in level 4 here, and then probably find level 6. We know that level 6 has to either have the any key, the red ring, or the...
Any key, red ring? Is that what you said? Any key, red...
It has to either have the any key, red ring, or one of the boomerangs?
I think maybe the actual wooden boomerang, yeah, we haven't seen.
Because we got the hint for magical boomerang being in level 7.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Alsoa didn't check the forgotten spot here. I'm pretty sure Truant did.
Yeah, I know I've seen Truant on that screen. And Truant gets his Triforce out of level 4, so Truant is just one Triforce behind, and he's going to find 6 at about the same time Alsoa does. The only thing is, he's got to go back into level 8 for his wand, and I don't know if he's going to do that before he goes into level 9. Truant might be feeling a little bit behind here, so he might just try and get into level 9.
Yeah, and I mean, that wand wasn't that bad to find in level 8, it didn't look like, so even when he does go back, it shouldn't be too terrible for him to... And wow, level 6 is probably in the last spot here.
Unless we missed something.
Oh. Okay. I think there's one... I don't know if people checked the push block over in the Lost Hills.
I think Truant did. I think he checked all those push block spots.
Huh.
I'm almost positive he checked the one that's by the Armos in the Lost Hills. Maybe he didn't check the one by the Fairy Fountain.
Did anybody check this river spot down here?
You know, that's a good point. I don't know if
he's going there, because I don't remember seeing anybody go in there.
That would be hilarious.
There it is!
Was level 6. Wow.
Nobody, everybody went over that. Both of them went over that.
I mean, you just kind of assume with that start screen, and as much as our runners have been in that area, that someone would have checked that. And what a massive compass for Alsoa already in levels.
That's nice. And he gets his, what is that, 14th heart container? I'm surprised he's using a key here.
Yeah. I mean, he was looking for the corridor staircase, but that key...
for one room, that's a Hail Mary. Alright, this is a transporter, which is probably what he's looking for. I don't think he's going to be searching out an item in here if he can get really close.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. You got 5 keys. You're feeling okay with that if you're also... especially knowing that you don't have to dig for an item in level 9. It's a little bit more hairy if you've got to find an item, but needing to find Ganon and then the princess, you're feeling pretty good, in my opinion. Also, it does have to be careful, though, here. 1 heart, no defense. The death here, he's pretty deep in. That would... it wouldn't hurt him too bad, I don't think, but he probably would feel pretty bad about it.
And Truant does find a level 7, but takes a death.
And he tries to go on the corridor staircase. I don't know if he did find the hint for level 7. Maybe it was just also...
And here also, is the item.
Yeah, he knows it has to be the item, so I mean, I agree with him checking it.
It's the one he doesn't want.
Wow. So we have a full item rundown that we can do right now as we'll watch Alsoa pick up another free Triforce lying on the ground, and Truant's looking through level 7. We had the wand and the book in level 1. We had the bow in level 2. We had the power brace in level 3, the ladder in level 4. In level 5, we had the... What was in level 5? I'm trying to remember what was in level 5 now.
Heart container.
The heart container, that's correct. Level 6, it was Lord Banana. Level 7 was the magical boomerang. Level 8 was the wand and the recorder. And level 9, by default, is going to be the any key and the red ring.
Yeah, 2 really good items in level 9. But our runners are, I mean, Alsoa especially, is very healthy on his life, and key situation is looking pretty good.
And I may have misspoken. I meant to say the raft and the book in level 1. I might have said the raft and the wand in level 1. If I did misspeak, I'm sorry.
Alright, immediate push block in here as Truant is done with level 7.
Yeah, he gets his Triforce out of level 7. Level 6 not too far off, but he still has to go get that wand out of level 8. And we'll see if he decides to do that. Also is going to have a pretty big lead, because that was quite the trek to get to the Triforce in level 6. Even though you do get a compass right.
If he does the right direction.
Right.
But yeah, I think he'll find level 6 and dig out the item probably before going back into 8 if he does that, if he even does that.
So also working on this room with excuse me, super ropes, likes, and the whiz robes, and you never want to see level 9 having whiz robes. And did we just hear it again? We did.
We did. Can he get there though? Nope, not this way.
So he's gonna have to find an alternate route to the pig. All of a sudden, Alsoa's only got 2 keys in here. So remember what I was just saying about not worrying about keys?
Mm-hmm.
He's down to 1 now. So he does have the pig though. So that's
important.
And as we say that, TruantGamer is back in level 8. Let's see how this Ganon fight in an NSU room with no defense goes for.
Nice lock.
Very nice fight there.
Yeah, the NSU room can be a tricky room for some people, but with the ladder, it's not terrible. But you got to get your movement just right, or else you'll get kind of cornered by him and just pummeled. He does have this left direction to go, so we'll see if we find Zelda. But it looks like Alsoa is poised to go 3-0 in the swordless tournament here. He does get a nice bomb pack. Oh no, Truant got the first item and left.
Oh no! I think he was in there for the recorder.
Oh no!
He doesn't know what spot he's missed.
I wonder if he maybe marked it on his map, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, that's rough. I guess just something about this start screen and the route they took has caused both of them to kind of forget about that spot, and us, honestly.
Yeah, and he is pausing for a second, probably to check his map, and be like, what did I miss?
Ryan, we have shoot room there blocking Alsoa's progress. So it looks like we are going to get a little bit more of a maze than what it could have been. Yeah, this is not looking good for Truant.
Yeah, I think he just has to look at his overworld. As Sis Crusher's pointing out, he hasn't marked it off, but he just needs to see it because it's one location on the entire map that he hasn't checked yet.
Looks like maybe he just found it. We'll see.
Yeah, he's going to fill up his health right here.
Alsoa
down to 1 key again. The keys could come into play here.
Yeah, but getting some nice bomb drops, though. Every time he's been running low on bombs, the room has dropped him.
Yeah, and he's going to clear out this dark room because this could be a compass.
Or just more bombs.
Yeah, you know. And yeah, Truant has figured it out. Going to go into 6. He will find the item, and then it's a play that I don't know if he found the item in 5. I don't think he did. And he has the second item in 8, but with an hour 3 in, with your opponent not finished, yeah, you might gamble. It might be gamble time.
Well, luckily, Truant's going to make the same play here. Looks like he's probably looking for the item, though, because he has not found the wand yet. Yeah. Also, we knew that he didn't need the item in here, but Truant, he's going to find the item, because it's going to lead him right by the item to get to the Triforce.
Yeah, exactly.
But he just needs to go fast, because he's on borrowed time at this point.
Mm-hmm. Alsoa, the only thing I could see stopping Alsoa is keys, and he does have enough to at least buy 1 in the out in the overworld.
And he gets a key from the rupee boss there in the dark room.
Okay.
That's always nice. Truant's got to be careful with those wall masters. And another bomb pack here.
Yeah, but not sure if he wants to use his key right here. It says, nah, but I'm going to bomb this wall.
Yeah, I agree with that. Bombs are being real nice to him right now. Keys, not so much. So bomb the walls that you can before you start using your key.
Oh, and the shutter door tease.
Yeah.
More up there, really.
So looking like the princess probably somewhere in the southwest here, or the far east of the dungeon. Also, has checked a lot of this dungeon.
Yeah, he's sitting okay with his key situation. For the time being.
And there is the disappointing banana find, and Alsoa takes a death. Luckily, he's not that deep into the dungeon. As TruantGamer is going to pick up his Triforce here. That's his 8th. So let's see if he picks up that. If he goes back into level 8, or if he beelines it to level 9. I'm afraid of what that answer might be.
Yeah, and you can't really fault him if he decides to go to level 9 right now, and looks like he is headed that way.
Yeah, that's just kind of an unfortunate circumstance of where he's found things in this dungeon, or when he's found things in this, or in this seed.
Yeah, you've got 2 outstanding items. One is in a level that you haven't really done much in, and it's, even though it's just an up and A away, when you're a 50-50 now on the wand being in level 9 in his mind, that's a gamble at an hour 6 that you might want to take.
So also takes death there to Patra. Again, not that deep into the dungeon. Truant needs to find these 2 items almost immediately to have a chance to get back in there. But I will say, it's been an impressive comeback from Truant. He's done a really good job of closing this gap, and to be 6 Triforces down, I believe, at one point. And
yeah, it was a lot.
Come back to be even with Triforces, just being a 1 down. That's really impressive.
And remember, that's without the wand.
Exactly, right. And without the bow near as early as Alsoa had it either. And he also had the red candle a lot later, too.
Yeah. But he's running into the same issues, not really... He's kind of doing a similar path. Down only to 3 keys now. Alsoa taking some unfortunate deaths here in 9, just bleeding a little bit of time, giving Truant sliver of hope.
And you can tell the nerves are going for Alsoa. Those are not deaths that Alsoa normally takes. You can tell that he feels like he could see it not done at any moment.
Yeah, sometimes you get to this end game, you're like, just let me end this, and he's looking over at IRC maybe to figure out, where's my opponent?
Every door transition for me, every door transition, I'm looking at that IRC window, making sure that I haven't lost yet.
And Truant is in the southwest, where we think Zelda is. This could be an item as well. I don't think we've seen this red Landmola room.
Playing Ring Around the Rosie with those red Landmolas does not want to take a bop from him, but it's just another corridor, unfortunately.
Hey!
And southeast.
Yep, that's kind of what we thought.
So,
oh no, southeast. Excuse me.
Yeah,
start.
He's got to bomb a wall on the east side, or it's a more fun solution. It could be a magic staircase.
Magic stairs. Patra guards the compass. Well, Alsoa died to some Patras with the wand in hand, so unfortunately, Truant's not going to get that.
That magic staircase is looking a lot better right now. That's 2 walls down. I think he's got 1 more that it could possibly be to bomb. Oh
baby.
This, This could get fun here. We'll see. Wow, and I know he's tried to bomb south out of Ganon's room. I'm almost positive he has. Maybe not. I could be wrong.
I can't remember if he did or not. I think he up and A'd pretty quick.
Possibly, yeah. He might have. Oh, he didn't. Yeah, so he didn't exit the room after killing Ganon. So Ganon's gonna be here. He does not have to fight Ganon again, though.
And oh baby, it is a magic staircase hype. Hopefully he has been tracking because he's covered a lot of level 9. And that can be really scary if you stop tracking. And sometimes people do that. I'm guilty of it too, to stop tracking when you're just looking for Zelda.
You know that sinking feeling that you get? Also, it definitely just had that.
This level 9 not being too kind to Truant either. He has not found either item so far. None of our runners have found either item here. Kind of ridiculous with how much we've covered.
This has been a very rude level 9 as far as what it's giving you. I mean, it gave you the early Ganon, yeah, but that's it. Watch Alsoa find both the items before Truant does. And then Truant will find the magic stair.
But Truant has used his last key and proving to not be fruitful. Oh, shoot.
Finds that same shoot room that Alsoa did. And he's going to have to go back. Find another.
Yeah, Alsoa's... You can see he's used an extra bomb, trying to switch over. I think he's getting nervous, and I don't blame him right here. He's so close. You're so close to the end. You can taste that 3-0.
And there it is. Or at least it might be.
He has one key.
Promising.
This could be the item room too.
Right. How funny would that be?
There it is.
And there it is. So wow. Alsoa will go 3-0 in the Swiss round. Get your GGs out in chat for Alsoa. Finishes
Magic
the seed.
Staircase 9. Gotta love it.
Wow. Finishes the seed with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 5 seconds. So that was a pretty crazy finish. And unfortunately, Truant gets hit by a like there.
Doesn't want to use two. I don't even know if he could have used 2 bombs, I think, because he did get a candle hit on that, but you don't want to lose your last 2 bombs on the like when you're so close to...
No, not for that.
Oh, and we get a little tune from F-Zero. I think we did hear that one time from both of our... Well, from Alsoa. We heard it one time on the at least one time on the screen. I couldn't tell that was F-Zero, though.
Yeah, I never played F-Zero, so I wouldn't have known that even if I did hear it. So we'll see if Alsoa wants to come in for an interview here as we watch Truant finish up. Truant just trying everything, trying to bomb every single wall. Gotta be wondering how the heck you get to the item in this dungeon. I don't.
Yeah, unfortunately, this could be a while. Like I said, we maybe have saw the item room through that magic staircase that Alsoa had to go through to get to Zelda. We don't know.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Truant has been ducking out of corridor staircases. I'm pretty sure he's seen this one, but it looks like he's going to take it. Well, no, I guess he hasn't seen that one.
Yeah, 0 keys, 0 bombs. It's not a great situation. 26 rupees now. He's got to be even careful on what he killed.
Yeah, I'd start I'd swap over the red candle for his clips and his Stalfos kills and Keys kills and all that kind of thing. And still choosing to kill those Stalfos with the arrows.
It's rewarded with 11 rupees on the ground, though.
Yeah, it's always nice. The one thing about Stalfos is they are in the money dropping group, so you will get your rupees back somewhat from them, but you could be building up a few as well. And he'll get a key in this room.
All right, it does get a bomb pack here. This is where Alsoa was as well, but I don't think this yields anything up here.
Yeah, we certainly didn't see an item staircase up here. And doesn't want to spend his one key on that one.
He needs that one key for Zelda if he does finish this out.
That's true. That is a very good point.
But I mean, at this point, he's going to go back into 8. I don't know if he might even find more keys in 8 when he goes back, if he goes back.
Yeah, that is never what you want to see entering a room. That means that room is completely useless. Zelda's room can never have a drop, can never have a staircase. It unfortunately can shutter you in, though. It looks like Truant is going to use that last key there. Ooh, yeah. And it looks like, unfortunately, Truant has forfeited from the race.
Yeah.
Really good effort. Amazing comeback from Truant there. Get your GGs out in chat for him because he put on a really good show. He just had some really bad luck there at the end.
Yeah, it's a hard play to go back into level 8 when the Triforce was so free and you know one of the items in there. I can't blame the play at all to really gamble hard on 9. Not even gamble hard. Like, he was 50-50 with the wand being in.
Right. I mean, at that point, that's the by the numbers play. If you're just going by the most efficient possible way to try and finish the seed, that would be the play to make. So I definitely agree with that play that he made. It just didn't end up working out. And we do have Alsoa in the chat with us for an interview. GG Alsoa.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a seed. You were really off to the races early on, had quite a lead both in Triforces and items early on. And then that Cosmic Brain play to go back into level 8. Tell us what you're thinking on that.
So, I saw the Pole's voice in the room with the bow and 2, and I either misremembered or I couldn't remember if that means that the wand has to be logically before the bow is available. In which case, to me, that meant there was a better chance that it was going to be outside of 9.
Interesting. I actually don't know that.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah, that was not even mentioned in the commentary, but that's a really good point. We should ask Fred about how that works.
That would be very good to know, because I was not thinking that either. Because I feel like if it's not the last enemy in the room, that's still kind of in play for me. But I don't know the lot.
Right.
We are joined by TruantGamer in the chat as well. GG sir, it was just great play and comeback, really. You were down most of the game in Triforces and items early on, but made a valiant comeback and just didn't make that play into 8 as Alsoa did. But both of you in level 9 at the end, I'm sure, made it definitely made it exciting for us to win.
Yeah, GG's. After the beginning, when I just kept dying on the overworld over and over, I knew I had to start playing a little more fast and loose and try and gamble on a few things, and that's partly why I dumped out of 8 instead of looking for the second item. I was hoping 9 would have been what I needed to get, and I got worried. I forgot about where 6 was, so I thought it was recorder block. That's why I grabbed that and ran right away.
Yeah. And it was funny, actually, that both of you skipped over level 6. It was the last spot to check for both of you. It was very, very funny how that played out.
Never check start until it has something important.
Yeah, I think with the way the start screen began on Death Mountain, you kind of routed down into Dead Woods, and that warp took you on the other side of the river, so you probably... I completely forgot about that spot because of that.
Yeah, that's what Antlers was saying in chat.
Yeah, just kind of the routing that you took. It kind of makes sense that you could forget that spot with how you just kind of naturally routed through this seed. So Alsoa, what really got you into that big early lead that you had was finding that early ladder out of level 4, and that allowed you to get the red candle off the coast. How were you feeling when you found that?
I was just happy to have something that I could use more than once, and it also made forcing bombs a lot easier, so I wasn't as concerned about the wand at that point until I started to see the Pole's voice pop up.
Yeah, and as Random Effect mentioned earlier, Truant, you closed that gap big time toward the end. That was really impressive. I think you were at one point down 5 Triforces.
Yeah, like around 5. Yeah.
So that was really impressive. You kind of turning on the jets, making some plays based off of hints or off of knowledge of the seed in general that really helped you save some time there. So as far as that goes, very impressive to watch.
Yeah, thanks. I think the hints were big in this. Finding out level 2, having the bow and being blocked at the same time by the power bracelet let me know that I had to dig for that first. And after getting the ladder at 4, bailing out of there, getting red candle, swooping back into 3, as soon as I got that power bracelet, I knew to go start checking for it. So hints really benefited.
Yeah, the hints were pretty good. Alsoa did have, I think, more of the hints earlier than you did. I did want to ask one question. In the forest, when you found that hint shop in the forest the first time, you had 83 rupees, and one of those hints, which was, I think, the one that said the bow was in 2, was only 13 rupees. And I think I know the answer to this, but I want to see what your thoughts are of why you didn't buy at least that one hint when you had 83 over there and it was only 13.
Yeah, my concern is I usually track the money or the door repair caves, so I only had half of them marked at that point.
Okay.
And I wanted to see if I could find one more big secret, with it being a very small big secret. I didn't want to spend some money and then be out and risk losing it all and not have money for bombs at the time. I don't think I had red candle, so I was
That's
still
true.
trying to protect my resources the best I could.
Okay. I was kind of thinking along a different line, is that you had actually the letter at that point, and you were taking quite a few overworld deaths that I'm sure you weren't really happy about, and you were still down to like only 4 or 5 hearts, I think, at that point. And I was thinking maybe that you might have been saving up for a potion of anything just to make sure you didn't die too far away from start again, but it doesn't sound like that was the play.
No, when the hearts are that small, I will not buy a potion, or when I have only that many hearts, just because I guess it would save my time on the overworld, but it feels like a waste of resource.
Fair enough. Yeah, with 54 rupees, especially for the large secret, money was at a premium, and we saw even Alsoa going back to the hint shop at level 1, the vanilla level 1 spot, 3 times, because he didn't have enough money, but had to go back there one at a time to get those hints, with the large secret only being 54.
Yeah, and on the other side of it, I think I had most of that side of the map cleared out other than the northeast, so I figured I'd clear that out, and all I found was one up there. So it made sense that saving and walking all the way back for that one spot that I'm never coming back to that side of the map for was better to get it done.
Nice. Well, Alsoa, you are moving on to 3-0, I believe, in the tournament here. So GG and securing. I actually don't know how the post Swiss rounds are going, but nevertheless, probably securing a very good spot, even with just that 3-0. So how do you feel moving forward?
I am slightly terrified of what the rest of the 3-0 bracket is going to look like, but looking forward to the challenge of it anyway.
Nice. That's the spirit. And yeah, so Truant, this I believe puts you at the 1-2 mark. Probably not the start that you wanted, but definitely you're a player that can really bounce back from that, and I hope that you push really well in the last half of this Swiss rounds.
Yeah, thanks. Looking forward to the last week and getting a little more practice in before we roll into the brackets.
For sure. All right, well, thank you both for a great show tonight. Give both these runners a follow. Antlers44. Sorry, excuse me. Alsoa. You're just Alsoa now. Are you Alsoa999? I forget.
I still have the 9s on Twitch because Alsoa alone was taken, but okay. I go by either.
All right, Alsoa999, as it's in the chat, and TruantGamer, our co-commentator, Antlers44, and our tracker, Azarin. Later tonight, I'm pulling up a schedule. We have more 2019 All Boards, No Swords, Zelda Randomizer matches going on tonight in, I think, about an hour and a half. Maybe, no. Actually, hold on a second. What this military time? That's 9. So actually only in half an hour, excuse me. We're going to have Thierwolf versus Fury SK. That's going to be over on Speed Gaming 3, and Alsoa is actually doing some commentary on that.
That, in my opinion, is one of the highlight matches of this round. That's going to be a really, really good.
Yeah, we got some stellar matches tonight. So Thierwolf versus Fury SK over on Speed Gaming 3 in 30 minutes or so. Then we have Captain Green 7 and Ice Blue, another great match. Just an hour beyond that on Speed Gaming 5. So that will be at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. And then I actually play the creator himself, Fred Coughlin, at 10:30 Eastern tonight on Speed Gaming 3. So right after the Thierwolf Fury SK match, we'll have my match, Random Effect versus Fred Coughlin. So a lot of great matchups tonight. So stick around on the Speed Gaming networks for all the Zelda 1 action you could handle tonight.
What a crazy night of races. Every single one of those races is between people who could win this whole tournament. So it's going to be really exciting to see.
Yeah, I think Thierwolf and Fury and myself and Fred are 2-0 matches, and Captain Green Ice Blue, I believe, is a 1-1 match. But all sorts of great stuff moving. So again, thank you to Speed Gaming, and thank you to Alsoa and Truant for a great show. Antlers, why don't you take us out?
Well, for my co-commentator here, Random Effect, for our tracker Azarin, our runners Alsoa and TruantGamer, and for Speed Gaming, thank you for sticking around and watching this great race, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good night.